There is a 13th ray, now designated 14th, emanating from the outer edges of space, but it is the one and only ray which carries evil and destruction. Your world is at present largely under its influence. A concerted attack is periodically made upon it from the solar planes, and it weakens, but does not disappear. We touch now upon that ray of destruction, the 13th, now 14th. Every so often, the Earth plane comes under the influence of this destructive ray. Your terrible war was an example of its power, and still, you hover near its fringe, poor foolish ones. And now, children, with a still great grief in my heart, I write of the end of that divine land, Yanini, the 13th ray of destruction, now 14th, began to work, from its inception, in cycles of time. Thus, the 25th cycle of its evidence was about to appear. We, the 12 adepts, put together all our forces to avert the calamity. We called forth the complete power of the Atrum ray, the Matsuv ray, the Hakan ray of this 12th solar system, but to no avail. This vile ray is the servant of a definite power of evil, and you foolish petty people increase its power by your wrongdoings and thoughts. Not only you of the Earth planet, but those of other planets too. For know this, that though there are 12 solar systems in this universe, with their attendant rays, yet this 13th ray is the only non-cosmic one, and belongs to no planetary system. It is common to all. The attack began on the dawn of a fair day. The earth shook, and the skies darkened. This happened at Calvary. You will remember, the chemicals, hidden in the core of the earth, became liquid with the intense temperature which was generated by the ray. These expanded, and forced their way, in liquid form, to the surface of the earth where the boiling essences slowly flooded the land. The sky shook with the thunderous explosions of gases which were forced into the upper ether, and then, for the first time on this earth planet, fire appeared, caused by combustion of noxious vapors. Thus, as well as molten liquid, earthquakes and other horrors, fire gripped my precious earth, with such devastating, destructive force that the world was powerless. My beloved people perished in these horrors. They suffered for the first time in their lives. You must remember that there had never been illness or pain in Yanini. But this ray brought them all. I was aware of the awful fact, I and my 11 brethren, that the end of our particular age was in sight. Therefore, in order to prevent as much suffering as possible, we took as many of our dear souls as we could, particular attention being given to the babes first. To my never-dying grief, I was unable to save you, my daughter. Narrator's note, Lord Mikaal is addressing the channeler. And that is why to this day you carry with you, in the subconscious, a horror of fire and darkness. The earth split into millions of portions, the sea rushed into the cracks formed and the rivers flooded over their crumbling banks. The hills shook, and in the space of 7 days, only a tiny portion of the earth's surface remained. The rest was beneath the oceans. There exists still, today, a part of the original Yanini, part of your tiny island, the southwest portion of England, the northern part of Egypt, the Seychelles Islands, a small part of Tibet, a small part of Siam, now Thailand, the greater part of Scandinavia. These are the only parts that were left of Yanini. How Atlantis, Lamana, came to be formed I shall speak of in my next book. So, the greater part of the peoples of Yanini withdrew in great agony. With them we, their fathers of the solar planes, went too, suffering in our earthly bodies as they did. It was necessary that we should do so. We could not presume upon our qualities of adeptship to escape that which our dear ones had to go through. Jesus suffered this twice, at the end of Yanini and on Calvary. Many of these great souls have never returned from the spirit state. Many did return, in earth bodies, in Lamana. Some are here now. Thus passed the most perfect age which this earth of yours will ever know. Through no fault of its own, through no sin, but simply as a direct and living example of the power of destruction of the 13th ray.